Gladiator is one of the 8 playable classes of AION 2. This is a melee DPS class. It can be also a tank in some content using greatsword as a main weapon. In today's video, you'll find out everything what we know so far about this class. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of AION 2 videos in the future. Here on my YouTube channel, I'm preparing lots of guides for new players, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, best gear for each class, best builds for each class, dungeons, raids, crafting, news and updates. Everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer, and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. But now let's focus on the main topic of this video. Check out this beauty in front of you, Gladiator in action. How it's looking? It's looking very good. Like I already mentioned on beginning of this video, this is a melee DPS class using greatsword as a main weapon. The only weapon of this class, basically because we have this system in AION 2, developers have decided to implement system where every class can use only one weapon, main weapon, and the only weapon of the Gladiator is greatsword, which is actually really strange. I was expecting it will be a polyarm. Most of the time, out of 15 years, how long am I playing original AION, I was playing Gladiator with polyarm or spear. However, yeah, greatsword is here main weapon of Gladiator in AION 2. I already mentioned also on beginning of this video that Gladiator is a melee DPS class, but it can be a tank also. It should be able to tank some part of the content. Maybe for some hard content in the end game, you will actually need Templar to tank. But I can definitely confirm to you, also in original AION, as a Gladiator, I was able to tank almost all the content which Templar was able to tank. Templar is a main tank of this game. Don't worry, I got you covered. I have video of this type for each class, talking about skills, special abilities, and showcasing gameplay of each class. You can find these videos on my YouTube channel. Now, let's check a little bit of gameplay before we dive into skills. I'll talk about skills of this class in second part of this video. Regarding gameplay, how it's looking? It's looking pretty good. For one melee DPS class, you can see very fast-paced, very fluid movement of the character. Some of the skills are also range skills, which is very interesting. Lots of AoE skills, which is reminding a lot on Gladiator of original AION. You will see later when I'm going to talk about skills of this class, you can build this class skills in 2 directions. One direction would be knockdown direction, another direction would be a life HP or life stealing, so life draining. Again, this is reminding a lot on Gladiator from original AION. Skills are looking good, movement of the character is looking good, and I have to admit that, yeah, many players for sure will play Gladiator as main class. I will play also this class for sure on servers in Korea and Taiwan from November 18, and you will see later on my YouTube channel full Gladiator guides, how to build up your character regarding best builds for PvP and PvE, and also how to get up. This footage in front of you, that is very interesting, is so far the only real gameplay footage which we have seen regarding Gladiator class. For other classes, we have seen already sometimes during developers live stream, some classes in action. Gladiator, never. What you can see right now in front of you, this is it at this point in time. But don't worry, like I said, I got you covered. After launch of the game on November 18, I will have lots of footage from real gameplay of the Gladiator with analysis of the skills and everything about this class. Now, regarding gameplay, this is it, nothing more. Now, let's talk about skills of Gladiator class. Don't be confused by title of this post, Sword Star, that is actual Gladiator, and here we have some information about skills of this class. Sword Star is easy to play and offers a great experience. Okay, that's good for all the new players to AION IP. At first glance, it seems a bit clunky and slow. I wouldn't say that, but okay, some players can already play Gladiator during FGT tests, so if they say so, I'll believe that. But the actual gameplay is very smooth. Absolutely. The roll skill is very useful. The downside, it's very poor mobility. Most cannot be used while moving. This is actually very surprising, and I'm not sure can I believe this feedback, because we have seen that you can actually move while you attack for all other classes. This is the game. AION 2 is MMORPG where you can move while you attack. So when they say that it's having very poor mobility, Gladiator, that most of the skills you cannot use while moving, that's very strange. However, we are going to check this out when we get in the game. However, you can use the roll to cancel after cast animation. This is good for even smoother gameplay. The wide ranging of area of effect attacks, AoE attacks, are incredibly satisfying with explosive sound effects and dazzling special effects. I have to mention that even in original AION, Gladiator was so much satisfaction to play. That was insane. You really could feel those skills hitting your enemy. It was incredible. So this feedback is not surprising me. Sword Masters, actually Gladiator, don't need to use many potions when clearing mobs. They have very high defense and their lifesteal and knockdown abilities are extremely strong. I already mentioned this will be two ways, two directions, two different trees how you can build your Gladiator. I will make dedicated videos about each one of these skill trees when we get later in the game, playing the game on servers in Korea and Taiwan. Very high defense. Not a surprise, that's good for this class, and again, that was similar to Gladiator in original AION. The leg strikes, aerial throws, and elbow strikes are better than in original game, okay? The killing aura break effect is currently missing. Players submitted feedback on this, so it's unclear if it will change. The abnormal statuses we observed in PvP so far are knockdown and being thrown into the air. Gladiators throw people whenever they see them. That's actually funny feedback. This is good. Leap Slash, skill number 1. Wind Thrust, 10-second cooldown, 20-meter range, MP cost. I already mentioned Gladiator will need to have some range abilities because every class can use only one weapon. Gladiator, obviously, Greatsword. In the past, in original AION, I was using a longbow on my Gladiator. Yes, I was able to do that when I needed some range skills. However, now, how would you have any range skill? So they have implemented, obviously, for this class, even though this is a melee DPS class, some range abilities, probably few range abilities. And Range Explosion, next skill here, throws people, can be learned at level 4. Skill knocks down the opponent, consumes MP. This is very nice. Very good for PvP. Then we have here Shattering Wave. It's an AoE skill that is extremely useful. It is fast, deals high damage, and has 2 stages, a combo that consumes MP. Annihilation Strike, high single target damage, frontal fan-shaped AoE, extremely high damage, requires casting time. E skill triggers a downward stab after knocking down an opponent. The activation conditions are not as strict as in original. It's easier to activate, and the animation is not as fast as in original, with a longer recovery time. One of the downward stab skill is 0 cooldown, but 0 cooldown seems to have conditions. E2, weapon parry triggers a kicking attack, dealing area damage and immobilizing an area for approximately 4 seconds. So immobilizing area for approximately 4 seconds, that's actually pretty nice time. Q is a charge strike, requires a roll to use, but simply rolling will also work, but the target must be selected to charge. Dash distance 10 meters, so this is dash, again, gap closer. 20 meters with specialization. Oh, this is good. So basically, when you upgrade your skills to a certain level, you're getting specializations. This specialization is giving you dash to 20 meters. That's amazing, especially for PvP gap closer. 50% chance to trigger knockdown. Even better. 50% chance you have that you trigger knockdown after using this skill. This is very good. Of course, in specialization. This skill is very useful in PvP. I have no doubt. I have no doubt, of course it is. Aerial Bind, also very useful in PvP for sure. 40% chance requires a knockdown target to be used. The target must be knocked down to be thrown in the air. So this is a condition. Before you can bind your target in the air, your target must be knocked down. But then again, this must be incredible in PvP. First, you knock down target on the ground, whatever skill are you going to use, and then put your target in the air. This is like amazing. Left click skill can be cast while moving. A right click skill for targeted release has a taunt effect. High single target damage, but high mana cost. Rage Wave, area knockdown. Vampire Wave deals quite a lot of damage. This Vampire Wave could be something life leeching, a life HP leeching back to you, because we have seen also in Gladiator, in original AION, skills like Absorbing Fury, Draining Sword, where you could leech part of HP back to you depending on what kind of damage did you make. So something like that we are going to see also in AION 2 for Gladiator, at least in one skill tree, vampiric skills which are leeching HP back to you depending on how much damage did you inflict on your enemy. Other skill tree will be knockdown skill tree, probably more for PvP, but that's a story for another video. After the impact dissipates, there is an area of effect, AoE skill, that seems to knock down enemies. Again, knockdown, this is good. Throwing knives are branding skill, available only in the mid-game. It has a balanced armor, wave armor, and self-area dot skill, berserker slam, assault strike, and focused block. The main god skills are Geekle Blessing, which increases the attack of all teammates by 20%, and Geekle Authority, which increases attack speed by 20%. This is some kind of buff, not only for yourself, but also for your party. And it's a very good buff. 20% attack for your teammates and increases attack speed for 20% for all your party. Passive, Survival Stance increases maximum health and health regeneration, increases block chance, critical hit knockdown chance, and lifesteal. Attacking has a chance to trigger 10-second Berserker state, granting massive lifesteal. Berserker, one of the legendary skills of AION and also of Gladiator in original game. In PvP, start with your first skill, then stab the opponent. Once you knock them down, finish them off immediately. Swordmasters, gladiators, desperately need to change their marks, but doing so is very expensive. Okay, so basically their skill trees. I think they're talking about here between changing your skill trees, because depending on situation, are you going to play PvP or PvE? You're going to change between two builds. One build will be life stealing, another build will be knockdown. So if you change your builds, it will require Kina. It will be very expensive. That could be potentially a problem. But again, this is topic for another video after launch of the game. The Gladiator is more of a damage dealer and not very good at tanking. This is surprising. Very surprising statement, but okay. In easier dungeons, Gladiator can tank, of course. But in high difficulty dungeons, they absolutely must protect. I mean, of course, in some high difficulty dungeons, you can take as main tank a Templar, not a Gladiator. A Gladiator cannot tank, and even tanking in easy dungeons requires excellent positioning. In short, their survivability is not strong, and like in the first game, they are best suited as a damage dealer, dealing damage to group of monsters. So AoE damage for clearing, they will be perfect class. There is still issue of over aggro, OT, when fighting bosses. Gladiator tanks are particularly prone to OT. Gladiator taunt skill is almost useless now. You still need to rely on DPS to generate trade. I have experienced that many times in original AION, because Templar have threat level very high. So Templar can keep aggro of the boss on itself no matter the damage. Templar doesn't need to have high damage. But Gladiator cannot taunt the target enough by itself. So you need to have very high DPS to keep aggro on yourself. Otherwise, some other class in your party, maybe Sorcerer, maybe Ranger, maybe Assassin, can take aggro from you, because you don't have enough taunting the target. All you have is DPS. So that potentially could be a problem. It seems like left click and right click skills can be specialized for increasing threat. This is good. So if you need that to aggro more the boss, right? Equipment also affects skills, which may lead to Gladiator being divided into lifesteal and knockdown builds. Definitely. Almost all Gladiator skills can heal, but this is only possible in the late game and requires good equipment. Just like in the first game, equipment is needed to improve the experience. This is not actually heal. To explain, this means that almost all Gladiator skills maybe can life leech from the damage. This is not actually heal. Don't worry, this is a wrong translation, a little bit twisted translation. So yeah, Gladiator will depend on the gear. Definitely. Like most other classes of AION 2, but specifically plate classes in original AION, Gladiator and Templar, they were very dependent on the gear. Other classes also, but not to that point. You can play Ranger, Sorcerer, or Spiritmaster even if you have a decent gear. But Gladiator, Templar, you need to have a very good gear. So as you can see from this description of skills of Gladiator class, without any doubt, this will be one of the most powerful and very interesting classes to play in AION 2. Also from this very short gameplay preview, everything what we have at this point in time, yeah, Gladiator is looking pretty good. I have no doubt many players will play it. I will play, of course, and I will test all the classes from November 18 after the game will launch on servers in Korea and Taiwan, and I will bring you all the news, best builds, best gear, and gameplay videos, detailed analysis about skills after we get a game launched on November 18. For today, this was everything what we know about Gladiator class of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in world of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch and see you soon with another AION 2 video. Templar is one of the 8 playable classes of AION 2. This is the main tank class of this game, using sword and shield as the main weapons. In today's video, you will find out everything what we know so far about this class. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of AION 2 videos in the future. Here on my YouTube channel, I'm preparing lots of guides for new players, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, guilds, dungeons, raids, news, and updates. Everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. But now let's focus on the main topic of this video, Templar class of AION 2. Right now in front of you, you can already see Templar in action. This is a short video preview from developers of this game during one of the live streams. Recently, we have got actually first ever reveal of gameplay of Templar in action. You can see here Templar using sword and shield as main weapons during gameplay of a dungeon called Fire Temple, one of the dungeons of AION 2. Obviously, Templar is the main tank of this game, same like in original AION. You can see here tanking abilities of this class are on very high level, defense abilities also. Regarding DPS, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. We are going to check skills and what we know so far about Templar. We are going to check information from FGT players who have played actually this class during different FGT testing phases on servers in Korea and Taiwan. You can see here Templar tanking most of the time. Very often a ranger here was taking aggro from Templar. That was a simple, you can see again, look at this here, a ranger taking aggro because a ranger is out DPSing a Templar and obviously taking aggro. Usually Templar have some taunting abilities, so you can keep aggro if you play Templar to keep aggro from the boss on you, because most definitely you're not going to have higher damage than other classes of AION 2. Looks like the Templar, again in AION 2, will be class with a lower amount of DPS output than other classes, which is kind of normal on one way. How is looking Templar in action? It's looking pretty decent. Regarding skill animations, you can see they're looking a little bit more modest than for other classes. However, you can see all the time moving while attacking. That is very important for any combat, specifically for MMORPG gaming genre, that you can move while you attack. This is how you recognize one of the high quality MMORPGs, which is AION 2 without any doubt. So you can see here Templar is moving while attacking all the time, and skill animations are looking pretty flashy, and combat is looking fast-paced and fluid, which is very important. Beside this footage, which you can see right now in front of you, there is another short video preview of Templar in action, showcasing main skills of Templar class. Let's check next video preview from NCSoft. So here we go. Let's go directly into the combat. This was a pull. This was a pull, obviously one of the most unique skills of this class. There is also multi-pull. You can pull few targets to yourself, not only one target. Let's check the combat. Let's see the combat. Okay. Guys, this is looking very good. This is looking very good. So you can see that was shield, some kind of shield casting. Let's go. Target is locked. Here we go. Okay, lots of movement. Oh, lots of movement. That was nice. Wow, very bursty, very bursty. I mean, this is a tank class, so I doubt regarding damage output, this class will auto DPS Sorcerer, Ranger, Assassin, or Gladiator. However, this was looking very good. Beautiful stance of the character and very beautiful weapons. Like I said already on beginning of this video, this outfit, which this class currently is having, yeah, this is not something unique to Templar, because you would expect the Templar would have some kind of heavy armor. Don't worry about that too much. There is no any kind of restrictions regarding gear in AION 2, like in original AION. In original AION, there were restrictions which class can wear what type of the gear. Here in AION 2, any class, any gear. This is some kind of shield, protection. Obviously, this class will have very high defense. So this was looking very good, guys, regarding combat. Also, you can see, oh, this is nice zoom out. Very beautiful zoom out. So what I like about this game also, it is a real PC game, because on mobile devices, you can't do this. So this is very nice zoom out. You need to have available that you can zoom in and zoom out as much as you can. This is not the main thing about any good MMORPG, but definitely it's very important. Oh, look at this. That was looking really good. A little bit of showcasing skills. Developers of the game are here showcasing Templar. They have already, during this live stream, showcase first ever reveal of gameplay of Gladiator, Cleric, and also Sorcerer. You can check already those videos on my YouTube channel from yesterday and day before yesterday. I have videos about each one of these classes. Also, before launch of the game, I'm preparing dedicated videos about each class, including description of the skills. Oh, look at this. Guys, this is extendable weapon. This is extendable weapon. Do you see this? It's extending. Amazing. Why am I so excited when I see extendable weapons? I will tell you in a minute. Let's check first a little bit further skills. Okay. Moving all the time while attacking. Not moving now, but okay. Again, moving. Oh, this was nice. This was nice. Wow. Impressive. Impressive. For a melee class, that was looking very nice. So why I was so excited like 1 minute ago? Because of extendable weapons, it's confirmed in AION 2. This is extendable weapon. Look at this. How do I know that? It has special cuts on the weapon. What this means, if you are not from World of AION, just to explain, extendable weapons are special weapons, unique weapons, which are very hard to get. A purpose of extendable weapons is additional range. Extendable weapons are very important for melee classes because they are offering to you few more meters of the range, which is very important in PvP and even in PvE, but more in PvP, definitely. So for melee classes, that is very important. Developers of this game, NCSoft, they have confirmed to us, look at this. Yeah, this is definitely extendable weapon. I can see because specific the way it looks. So not only melee, but also range weapons should have extendable version. How will that work? I'm not sure, because in original game AION, we had extendable version of the weapons only for melee classes. That was logical. Why would range classes like Spiritmaster, Sorcerer, or Ranger need extendable weapon? However, now in AION 2, we are going to have also extendable range weapons, which is kind of strange. How are they going to implement that? I'm not sure. In this short clip, you can see main skills of the Templar class. You can see here pull ability, which was also available in original AION, but here we have also here multi-pull. So you can pull few targets closer to you, not only one target. You can see obviously here some kind of shield. Without any doubt, like I said already, this is a tank class. Defense of this character will be on a high level. However, damage output probably will not be that on a high level. You can see again, single pull, and then we are going to have a few other pulls. Here we go, multi-pull. We have here 3 targets pulled in same direction towards your character. So Templar is looking like we would something to expect from one tanking class. Very similar. Look at this. It's very beautiful presentation of the armor, sword, and shield. Something very similar to Templar in original AION. Main weapon of this class is a sword and shield. No surprise here. And also it's important to say this is the only weapon which Templar can use in AION 2. In AION 2, developers had another idea regarding weapons and classes distribution. In AION 2, each class can use only one weapon, which is a big difference from original version of the game. New classes are coming also. Don't worry about that. I got you covered. I'm preparing dedicated video about what is waiting for us in the future regarding new classes. However, you can see this is the only video preview so far regarding Templar in action. Real actual gameplay of Templar. First ever reveal actually, which we have get from NCSoft. These two footages, these two videos, that is it. There is nothing more officially. This is it from NCSoft regarding gameplay of Templar class. Now let's check some skills and what were actually impressions of the players who have actually played this game for the first time during FGT tests on servers in Taiwan and Korea. As you can see here in front of you, there is not much impressions regarding Templar class. There is not much feedback, but let's check the feedback anyway. First feedback here is regarding Guardian. This is a Templar class. Has a shield raising ability similar to original game. An active skill that can be used indefinitely, but has a 15 to 20 seconds cooldown after being cancelled and reactivated, okay? While the shield is raised, the Guardian is invincible. That's kind of normal, okay? It's a tank, right? Certain mechanics can be achieved 0 damage by raising the shield, while others only reduce damage taken. That is also normal. If you use block ability from the shield, like in original AION, you are blocking only part of the damage, not completely. This is not evasion, this is block from the shield. Or you can use that skill while shield is raised, Guardian is basically immortal. None of the players share their experience with the Guardian class, so there is very little information available. However, we did get something interesting from NVIDIA event, which was up recently on servers in Korea. We can get a little bit additional feedback of Templar. Let's check that feedback right away. Here on AION 2 community Discord, I'll put link in the pinned comments below this video. You'll find this very interesting post from Fellow Graphics. Thank you, Fellow, on this post, where we can see description of different classes, feedback from the players, also including feedback from Templar. Let's check it out. Role tank. Impressions: regular hits feel weak, but shield skills hit satisfyingly. Okay, so yeah, regular hits feel weak. That's kind of normal. Shield skills hit satisfyingly. So basically, shield skills feels good. Nothing surprising. It's a tank. Mechanics: multi-stage attacks, 50% chance for additional hits. Defensive stance increases ally aggro by 20%. Passive plus 50% aggro generation, non-random. Has both AoE and single target taunts. That is good. This is very important. You need to have taunt ability on Templar to keep aggro from the boss. In other situation, it can happen that Sorcerer, Ranger, Assassin, somebody can take aggro from you when you are playing in a party, of course, and that is not good. So you need to have some kind of taunting abilities, and you can see here it's written that Templar have AoE and single target taunts. That is very important for tanking. Believe me when I say that, because I have take aggro from Templar in many situations in original AION just because I was out DPSing the tank. However, tank needs to use these taunt abilities. Slow movement, absolutely yes, comparing to other classes. However, you can still move while you attack. That is important to say. Bosses can hit for half HP with one skill. This is strange. This is strange. I don't know how is that possible that you are going to lose half of your HP with one skill. But okay, this is feedback from the players who have played Templar class during NVIDIA event recently on servers in Korea. So basically, this is everything what we have so far regarding feedback and skills of the Templar class. I know it's not much, but at least we have some gameplay footage. Gameplay footage which you can see right now in front of you, you get during one of the developers' live stream, and it's looking pretty decent. Like I said again, nothing what you wouldn't expect from Templar class, main tank of this game. Don't expect some high damage output. However, 1 versus 1 PvP, again, if this class is very highly geared, could be viable definitely for PvP, and you'll need the main tank of this game for some hard endgame content. Part of the content will be available for tanking for sure for a Gladiator class. That's a story for another video. You can check already videos of this type for each class on my YouTube channel with all the gameplay footage, what we have get so far, and all the information we have so far about the skills. Check those videos on my YouTube channel. For today, you know everything what we know so far about Templar of AION 2. After release of the game, of course, I will play Templar class. You will see here on my YouTube channel guides regarding different kind of skills, not only regarding skills, how to gear up and best builds for Templar, PvP-wise and PvE-wise. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another video. Spiritmaster is one of the 8 playable classes of AION 2. This is a range DPS class using Orb as a main weapon. In today's video, you'll find out everything what we know so far about this class. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of AION 2 videos in the future. Here on my YouTube channel, I'm preparing lots of guides for new players, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, how to gear up, best builds for each class, guilds, dungeons, raids, crafting, news and updates. Everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. But now, let's focus on the main topic of this video. Look at this beauty here in front of you. This is Spiritmaster in action. Actual real gameplay footage from AION 2. This is so far the only real gameplay footage of Spiritmaster revealed by NCSoft. Surprisingly, for other classes, we did get some kind of gameplay during different developers' live streams. However, regarding Spiritmaster, this is it. However, what we can see here already in this just short video clip review is looking really good. So what are we here noticing? What I have already mentioned, this class is using Orb, actually 2 orbs as a main weapon, differently from Spiritmaster of original AION, which had 1 orb. What else can we notice here right away? We can see flashy, very bursty skills, very nice skill animations, fast and fluid gameplay, and also AoE fear. You have just seen it a few seconds ago. This was AoE fear. There are actually 2 types of fear. One fear should be AoE fear, another single target fear. Another thing which you will notice, one of the unique things about Spiritmaster gameplay, same like in original AION, Spiritmaster will have elemental spirits to help in combat. However, they will have a little bit of different role in AION 2. In AION 2, these elemental spirits will behave more like turrets, not that you can command with them like in original AION. In a minute, we are going to check all the skills, what we know so far about Spiritmaster class, from the feedback of the players who have played this class during different FGT tests on servers in Korea and Taiwan. But now, let's for a few more seconds enjoy this beautiful gameplay preview of Spiritmaster class. Looking really good. I'm really happy to see here that Spiritmaster will have fear, same like in original AION, and of course elemental spirits, 4 types of the spirits to use to help you in combat. Very flashy, very fluid. I have to say that Spiritmaster regarding combat is looking like one of the best classes in AION 2, at least regarding skill animation and fluidity of the combat. Also notice that you can move while attack all the time. But now, let's check concretely some information, feedback, like I have already said, from the players who have already played Spiritmaster on servers in Korea and Taiwan during different testing phases. Let's check what we know so far about skills of Spiritmaster class. Elves is the title of this post. Don't worry, this part of the post is talking about Spiritmaster. So let's check some feedback. Due to potential differences in equipment, several test players had significant disagreement regarding the strength of the elf and the witch. Elf is actually Spiritmaster, Witch was Sorcerer. Don't be confused by this. This is a little bit strange translation from traditional Chinese language to English language. However, this is feedback about Spiritmaster. Their perceptions may be inaccurate, and it's currently impossible to determine which class has a stronger damage output. That is very hard to say. We are going to determine that, guys, on November 18. I'm going to play this game on servers in Korea and Taiwan, and you will see on my YouTube channel detailed guides regarding each class. I'm going to play each class. You will see everything regarding skills, best builds, and how to gear up for each class of AION 2. Very soon after November 18. Everything will be determined in the official version after the server launch. Absolutely. So, Fire Spirit, Water Spirit, Earth Spirit, and Wind Spirit. That's kind of normal. It's not Sprite, it's Spirit. That's normal, like in original AION for Spiritmaster. Summoning a Spirit is instantaneous, and the Spirit will unleash a high damage skill in the moment when it's summoned. Each spirit has a different advantages, okay? And recalling the spirit will trigger an area of effect AoE attack. Okay, BB has no taunt skill, cannot indicate combat, and can no longer be used to tank monsters. BB means actually spirit. So spirit doesn't have any more taunt skill, cannot initiate combat, and can no longer be used to tank monsters. This is very important information. When a pet attacks spirit, there is a chance it will heal itself. The pet also has a chance to unleash a special skill, similar to previous command skills, but it is probability-based skill, not something that player can manually activate. This generation of spirit pets is more like turret. I already mentioned that. They don't have commands, only skill combos. However, spirit stars rely heavily on their pets. Without a pet, without a spirit, the game is unplayable. They want to say that it's very hard to play Spiritmaster without a spirit, which is kind of normal. Okay, that is very unique things about this class, and of course, it would be very strange to play Spiritmaster even without a spirit. In PvP, prioritizing attack the pet is crucial. There are, but with too few slots, they are usually not equipped. BB doesn't have any active healing skills, that means spirit, and it's relatively easy to die. The skill to summon spirit has a cooldown of about 30 seconds, so if it dies too quickly, there will be a gap in the health. Left click regarding skills, free stage basic attack, cold air impact, vacuum explosion, earth fury. Right click, burn with flames, area of effect, fire damage. Q skill, single target fear, 15-second cooldown, 15-meter range, deals damage. This is amazing. For a single target fear, only 15-second cooldown. This is insane. This is really insane. Come on, that's a very low cooldown for a single target fear. At least it's not AoE fear, right? Q2, combo attack, area of effect damage. 4 types of summons will also have different effects. Q3, the aftermath of the impact being dispelled, fear plus damage. E skill, combo attack, curse. The 4 types of spirit will have different attack attributes and skill effect. E2 skill, each summoned pet light up an energy bar. When you summon a pet or spirit of 4 different attributes in turn and collect all 4 types of energy. The E skill transforms into an elemental combo attack, a high damage single target skill, essentially an ultimate move. Because this skill is crucial for damage output, if a pet dies too quickly and the summoning rhythm is disrupted, it can affect your damage output. To maintain this skill rhythm, usually summon the next pet proactively before it dies on its own. Okay. E3 skill, Soul Destruction, activated when the boss monster is stunned, holding down the button, continuously fire spell missiles and it deals damage. Mass Fear, AoE Fear, is a branding skill. As Sound Fear, also a Mass Fear. So there, guys, there here looks like 2 types of AoE Fear, not 1, 2 types. Both are instant cast skills. So guys, instant cast for AoE fears and then a single target fear with short cooldown. That's incredible, really incredible. Fear skills deal significant damage and are no longer simply control skills. The probability of fear taking effect is 70%, so it's not 100%. There is only probability 70%. That is very important to note. It can still burn buffs. It's a branding skill that burns 2 buffs at once, and the damage from burning buffs is also very high. The brand has a skill that summons an ancient spirit, which summons a boss from a certain dungeon that looks like a stone monster. I can't remember which dungeon it is. The Ancient Spirit only lasts for 30 seconds, and upon appearing, it fires a laser cannon with relatively high damage output, making it a burst damage skill. There is no sign of summoning teammates yet, and we can't fly planes like in the first game. This is interesting, so you cannot summon your party member like in original AION. In original AION, Spiritmaster had that ability that you could summon your team member, your party member from a different location on the map. The elf skill, Spiritmaster skill, do not have dot damage. Ooh, this is interesting. So, Spiritmaster skills do not have dot damage over time. That's surprising, actually. They are all direct damage, completely different from the first game where all skills had dot. I remember when I was playing Gladiator in original AION against Spiritmaster, for example, in Arena 1 versus 1, then I have started to attack Spiritmaster in a second. My skill bar was like blinking like a Christmas tree. Everything was blinking from dots. These dots were really powerful. It has a life steal skill, okay? It seems to be in a brand, and the original soul stealing skill. In the first game, this skill required pressing 5 times consecutively, while in the second game, it only requires pressing once. It also has an instant cast damage skill with a long cooldown and high damage. This is interesting. Life stealing skill looks like a brand. Brand skills are unique skills, mandatory skills for each class. There is an instant cast silence effect, and the silence skills also can damage. Wait a second. There is instant cast silence effect, and the silence skill also has damage. Amazing. Just amazing. The elf main divine skill is called Kaizenel Authority. This is, I guess, translated as Kaizenel, but it's Kaizenel Authority. Here you have Fire Spirit. Let's check how it's looking. Like in original AION, no surprise here. Then we have here Wind Spirit. And we have here dual wielding bead for elves. So basically Spiritmaster in AION 2 is having 2 orbs, not 1 orb like in original AION. And guys, this was everything regarding feedback of the Spiritmaster class. It's looking very good. To be honest, silence skill, also spirits, 2 types of AoE fear, 1 single target fear. Look at this with very short cooldown, life, leeching, HP ability, lots of damage. Guys, Spiritmaster will be a very powerful class in AION 2. Sadly, regarding gameplay of Spiritmaster class, we didn't get too much footage. Actually, what you can see right now in front of you, this is it. This is the only real gameplay preview, first ever seen of Spiritmaster in combat. However, what we can see in front of us regarding combat, and also from this description of the skills, is looking very, very good. Without any doubt, this will be one of the most powerful classes in AION 2. PvP-wise, however, also very viable in PvE. So everybody who was playing Spiritmaster in original AION, I think that you will love Spiritmaster in AION 2. And for all of you who have never played Spiritmaster before, definitely this class is worth to check. I'll play all the classes on servers in Korea and Taiwan from November 18. Yes, of course, I'll play Spiritmaster. And here on my YouTube channel, you will see dedicated guides about Spiritmaster, best gear and best builds for PvP and PvE. And video of this type already is available for each class here on my YouTube channel, so make sure to check it out. So subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to be updated regarding everything what is happening in the world of AION 2. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer, and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in the world of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another AION 2 video. Chanter is one of the 8 playable classes of AION 2. This is a hybrid class, mix of support and DPS class, which is using staff as main weapon. In today's video, you'll find out everything what we know so far about this beautiful new upcoming class of AION 2. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of AION 2 videos in the future. Here on my YouTube channel, I'm preparing lots of guides, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, best builds for each class, dungeons, raids, crafting, news and updates. Everything what you need to know from world of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in world of AION 2. But now let's focus on the main topic of this video. Look at this beauty here in front of you. This is Chanter in action. We have already get a live stream from developers of this game. Currently you are seeing a live stream from NC Taiwan community managers, and here you can see Chanter gameplay in party. This is one of the dungeons of AION 2, so let's focus on Chanter gameplay. First thing which you will notice here on the skill bar of the Chanter are skills number 6, 7 and 8. And yes, these are mantras. Very similar to Chanter of original AION. Yes, Chanter will also have in AION 2 mantras. Basically special skills which are increasing different kind of stats of you and party members. Skill number 1 is a dash. Skill number 2 is also a dash. I'm going to show you skills of the Chanter in a minute. Skill number 3 is AoE heal. Yes, AoE heal, not only for you, but also for your party members. Obviously, like I have said in the beginning of this video, main weapon of this class is staff, and the only weapon. In AION 2, each class can use only one weapon. That's it. You can check already, I have a dedicated video only about the weapon system of AION 2. Anyway, for each class, only one weapon. Obviously, for Chanter, it's a staff. Also, what you will notice here, very fast-paced and fluid combat of the Chanter. It's very dynamic, moving all the time while attacking. I have to admit that Chanter in combat is looking very good. Out of 8 classes, which we are going to have on start to play for launch of the game on November 18 on servers in Korea and Taiwan, this class here is definitely one of my favorite classes. You will see in a minute why when I will show you skills of the Chanter class. Anyway, in front of you, you can see gameplay. How is Chanter looking in action? It's looking very good. You can see very nice combat. Skills are looking flashy, fast-paced, fluid. There are some range skills. Not all the skills are melee. And like I said, mantras are here. Heal is here. 2 dashes, 2 range skills, lots of AoE skills. Makes Chanter very viable to play in AION 2. Also, what is very important to say about Chanter in AION 2, it will have much higher DPS output than Chanter in original AION. And that is the main reason why, without any doubt, Chanter will be one of the favorite class of many players. Because can you imagine, I mean, if you are a veteran player of AION, then you can imagine Chanter from original AION having mantras, having range abilities, melee abilities, having heal, and also additionally high DPS. Yeah, that will be Chanter of AION 2. That DPS part was not there in original AION. Chanter in original AION was also amazing class, especially into 1 versus 1 PvP. But DPS, no. Now Chanter in AION 2 is looking like very high DPS class, which is very important to say. Now, let's move to another part of the video where I want to show you actually skills of the Chanter, where you will see why is Chanter so powerful class. I have moved here to AION 2 community Discord. You'll find link in the pinned comments below this video to this AION 2 community Discord, where you'll find here in AION 2 summary channel this post from Fellow Graphics. Big thank you to Fellow for making lots of these very useful posts here on AION 2 community Discord. This post here specifically is showing us skills of the Chanter. So let's check why is Chanter in AION 2 so much powerful class. First skill here is charge and defeat. This is dash to the target, dash up to 20 meters, deals 6,970 up to 7,500 damage up to 4 enemies. So this is dash to the target, 20 meters distance, and it's also AoE skill with very high damage. Regarding specialization, you can see here when you additionally upgrade your skill, you are getting better improved version of the skill, does not consume MP, restores 200 MP, becomes a charge skill, plus 60% damage. That is insane. Dash break, 50% chance to trigger splitting strike, minus 5-second cooldown. Ignores defense and dodge, guaranteed critical hit. That's insane. And also cooldown only 15 seconds. This is just insane. Incredible skill of the Chanter. These specializations basically you can get when you upgrade your skills. Let's go further with another dash. Again, distance 20 meters. Damage you can see here 6.6 up to 7.1k damage. 75% chance to stun the target. That's insane. And stun lasts for 3 seconds. Absolutely incredible. Just incredible. Can you imagine that? When you stun your target, 3 seconds. That's insane, especially for PvP. What else we have here regarding specialization? On hit, we have dot, damage over time, 757 damage every second for 5 seconds. Stun duration plus 1 second. That makes it 4 seconds in specialization. Can move while casting, unlock mountain breaking strike versus stun targets. So if the target is stunned, you have another hit, mountain breaking strike. Plus 25% stun chance, mana 100, cooldown 15 seconds. Already these two skills here are incredibly powerful. Range skills, dashes to the target, 20 meters distance, stun, just incredible, and high damage. Then we have here skill number 3, healing spell. This is heal for yourself and allies, your party members, within 40 meters for 1.5 thousand HP up to 1.7 thousand HP, plus 511 HP every 2 seconds for 8 seconds. So it's amazing. This is really good heal, not only for you, but for your party members. In specialization, cooldown is reduced minus 3 seconds, restores 200 MP, duration plus 4 seconds, can move while casting, and heals extra plus 10% maximum HP. Cooldown, again, very short, only 15 seconds. Really incredible. Target, self plus 4 allies. So guys, this is very nice heal from Chanter in AION 2. Next skill here is spinning attack. This is physical attack, AoE attack, dealing 10.1 up to 10.9 thousand damage up to 4 enemies. This is AoE skill. In specialization, restore 50 stamina on crit, plus 30% skill speed, plus 20% damage scaling with target hits, plus 50% chance to seal for 3 seconds, ignores defense, guaranteed crit. Guaranteed crit. Cooldown 30 seconds. Yeah, this is too powerful skill with very high damage. It cannot have cooldown 15 seconds. That would be insane, right? Range 4 meters, target AoE. Eliminate a disaster, fire extinguish. This is physical attack and weakness. Additionally, description of the skill deals 9.4 thousand up to 11.6 thousand damage up to 4 enemies. 4 meters, 50% stun chance. That's very nice. In specialization, plus 20% damage scaling with target hits, plus 20% skill speed, guaranteed crit again. Amazing. You have to love this class. Again, guaranteed crit in specialization. Not normal version of the skill, in specialization. But still, that's amazing. Plus 25% knockdown chance. Mana 200, cast instant. Beautiful. Cooldown, cooldown is higher, 60 seconds, but this is very powerful skill. Let's go further with Power of the Wind. Okay, let's check what we have here. Magic enchantment, buff yourself and allies within 40 meters for 15% combat speed for 20 seconds. So this is special buff, one of the Chanter, let's say, special abilities which as a support class normally Chanter have. For 20 seconds, you and your allies are getting 15% combat speed. In specialization, cooldown is reduced for minus 20%, plus 20% hit rate, plus 20% crit chance, plus 20% attack power. This is very nice. Cooldown is 2 minutes, and this will be very nice for group gameplay. Then we have few mantras here. Mantra of quick walking, plus 19.5% movement speed for self plus allies. This is normal. In specialization, plus 20% flight recovery, plus 20% action recovery, plus 25% slow resistance, and plus 25% restraint resistance. Cooldown 5 seconds. This is one of the mantras. Like in original AION, of course, Chanter will have mantras. Next mantra here is undefeated mantra. What we have here, description, plus 14.5% attack, plus 14.5% defense for self plus allies. Sounds very good. In specialization, plus 5% crit chance, minus 0.5% MP cost, plus 0.5% damage resistance, and plus 0.5% impact hit rate. cooldown 5 seconds. On the end, we have here healing mantra. Okay, what do we have? Description: attacks have 15% chance to heal from 392 up to 431 HP. Cooldown is 1 second. In specialization, when you upgrade your skill, plus 5% healing received, plus 100 HP regeneration, combat and non-combat state. This is nice. So even in non-combat state, plus 20% healing versus bosses, pros chance raised by 20%. Cooldown 5 seconds. Next skill here is Break the Chain. Physical attack deals 1.7k damage up to 1.8k damage up to 4 enemies. Restores 100 MP. Again, AoE skill. Guys, again, almost every skill of the Chanter is AoE. That is very important because there will be lots of solo content to play in AION 2. So you need to have lots of AoE skills if you want to clear, for example, solo dungeons. That is very important. Let's check specialization. Plus 20% MP recovery, absorb 7% HP as damage, plus 50% chance for multi-hits, spinning attack, cooldown 1 second, unlock storm chain. Cooldown is 1 second. Target is 4 enemies. Very nice. Let's go further with White Hot Strike. Physical attack deals 2.3 up to 2.5k damage up to 4 enemies. Again, AoE. Guys, again, AoE. Just, you have to love this class. You simply have to love this class. In specialization, minus 20% MP cost, plus 200 block while active, plus 12% damage scaling while target hits. On hit, minus 200 accuracy for 3 seconds, 10% chance to stun for 3 seconds. This is really good. And last skill here added additionally, this is a physical attack. What do we have here? This is a level 20 skill. Effect deals 3.5 up to 3.7k damage to a target in grappled state within 4 meters and reduces the cooldown of all skills by 3 seconds. Absorbs 10% of the damage dealt at this HP and always count as guaranteed critical hit. Wow, impressive. This is by default normal skill, right? Now let's check special effects. Absorbs 10% of the damage dealt as HP, recovers 120 MP, can be used while moving, always a guaranteed critical hit on hit, reduced all skill cooldowns by 3 seconds, casting time instant, cooldown instant, range 4 meters, single target. Guys, insane. What to say? Just out of these few skills, not counting other skills, which we have also for Chanter additionally, this is showcasing us something incredible. Not only that you can heal, not only that you have mantras, buffs for your party, you are having amazing DPS abilities. Most of these skills are AoE skills. Chanter looks like incredible class in AION 2. When we talk about Chanter in AION 2, also I need to mention feedback from the players who have already played AION 2 Chanter class during FGT test on servers in Korea and FGT test on servers in Taiwan. So let's check what are actually saying players who have actually played Chanter for real. This is feedback from the players directly. Don't worry about this translation. Dharma Protector, yes, this is translation from Chinese traditional language because this was after FGT test on servers in Taiwan. So don't worry about this. This is Chanter class. The Guardian, Chanter actually, feels a bit strong, melee output, feels like a warrior, that positioning is auxiliary plus output, but more like output than auxiliary. The auxiliary ability is not very strong. The output ability is stronger than a first generation. With good equipment, it can also be T, and the team positioning can be changed by matching skills. To clarify this, they are saying that damage output of the Chanter of AION 2 is much better than damage output of original AION, which is very important. We need that increase in damage for the Chanter in AION 2. This is just beautiful feedback. When I have read this sentence, it was incredible. These are displacement skills, 2 charges, we have seen that. One is active skill and the other one is conditional skill. There is a long-range knockdown skill similar to original chain. There is a concentrated block, but unlike the original, the concentrated block is raised to the staff, and the character seems to be unable to move during the raising process. This is normal. If you block something, of course, right, you're not going to be able to move at that point in time. The Guardian skill, the Chanter skill, are mainly to hit people with staff, which can stun people. Amazing. We like that. Stun is good. There is a small skill that can throw people over the shoulder. It feels great to use the staff to pick people up and throw them over their shoulder. That sounds good. That sounds good. That skill animation will look very nice. There are buff skills, sprint mantra, and undefeated mantra. Only some representative buffs are left. There are not many buffs. There are gust of wind, iron wall, and sprint. There are different buffs also from Chanter, not only mantras, but buffs directly for the party, right, which you have. There is a group blood, which is branding skill. Group blood actually means group heal. We have seen that heal. I have shown you that skill, right? Here you have a Chanter with the staff, main weapon. This is the source. And that was it regarding feedback for the Chanter. Feedback for other classes, as you will see in some future videos on my YouTube channel, was much more detailed regarding Chanter. This is the only thing what was said by players who have played this class in during FGT test. However, this alone sounds amazing. As you have seen from this short video preview of gameplay of the Chanter, from skills and from the feedback, we can definitely conclude that Chanter will be very powerful class in AION 2. Overall looking, skills of the Chanter, mantras, healing abilities, and increased output regarding DPS comparing to Chanter of original AION is making Chanter of AION 2 really incredible class. Of course, we are going to test that class in combat. I'm going to play very soon AION 2 on servers in Korea on November 18, and I'm going to bring you real actual gameplay footage of the Chanter. I'm going to play this class. I'll make full analysis regarding best gear and best builds for PvP and for PvE. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another AION 2 video. Assassin is one of the 8 playable classes of AION 2. This is a melee DPS class which is using daggers as a main weapon. In today's video, you'll find out everything what we know so far about this class. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of AION 2 videos in the future. I'm preparing here on my YouTube channel lots of guides for new players, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, how to gear up, best builds for each class, dungeons, raids, crafting, news and updates. Everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. But now let's focus on the main topic of this video, gameplay of Assassin and main information about skills of this beautiful new upcoming class of AION 2. First, I want to focus on gameplay of Assassin class. And regarding gameplay, we can actually get a real gameplay footage. First ever reveal of gameplay of Assassin class during one of the live streams from NCSoft. As you can see here in front of me, this is a character, Assassin character in AION 2, moving in Abyss. Regarding Abyss, don't worry, I got you covered. I'm preparing special dedicated video only about Abyss region, but now for this video, I want to focus on Assassin. Already now, you can see Assassin doing some DPS on the mobs in Abyss. You can see Abyss points are dropping. You will see in the next few minutes some PvP action of Assassin class. What are we going to notice is next. Assassin of AION 2 will be very similar class to an original Assassin from original AION. You can see here using main weapon daggers. You can see a little bit of a funny skin basically for the daggers and fast-paced attacks mostly from behind. You can see here high burst of damage and lots of crit. One of the most important designations of original Assassin was a very high burst of damage. I remember usually I was playing Gladiator as a main class. When I was playing 1v1 PvP against Assassin, I knew that I need to survive only for the first few seconds. If I manage to survive for the first few seconds against Assassin, I'm going to be fine. Because this class is about amazing, insane burst of damage. But that is not everything. You will see here in a few minutes, basically, stealth ability. Yes, Assassin have stealth ability, which lasts only 10 seconds. But wait a second. Stealth is not only for your character, for Assassin. Stealth is for the full party. When you enter a stealth state, invisibility, full party is going into invisibility mode for 10 seconds. I know it's pretty much short time. However, in PvP, this could be useful. Imagine some scenario of PvP 4 versus 4, party versus party, where you have Assassin. In one moment in time, if you enter invisibility state, full party is going in stealth. And you are entering that stealth state until you use some skill. First attack is also crit after that stealth skill. I'm going to show you in a minute actually real skills description with cooldown and everything of Assassin. You will see this in second part of the video. Let's check what is happening here on the screen. We have here Assassin preparing for PvP. You can see here Assassin is in a party with other players. We can see here one interesting mount. This is not some kind of bicycle. This is a Rotan. You can see this very interesting mount. Basically in AION 2, you can acquire more than 170 mounts. How is that possible? Basically, any mob in the game can be your mount. You need to kill some mob enough times, you collect fragments, and then you morph mounts. Also, mini bosses in dungeons can be, here we go, stealth. You see here in front of you, this is stealth for you and for your party members. It's pretty short, and of course, when you are using first attack, you are leaving that stealth state. Let's check a little bit. Again, crit. So melee DPS class, you can see it's actually pretty nice burst of damage. Skill animations are looking pretty nice, flashy, and combat is looking bursty, fast, fluid. You can see here fast-paced, very fluid. It's a shame we don't see a little bit of more of presentation of Assassin class, but this is everything what we have get, these few minutes of gameplay where you can see Assassin in action. Here we go again. Lots of crit. This is very nice. Oh, that was nice skill. That was very beautiful. Okay. Of course, you can die in this PvP. Of course, that's possible. You can see Assassin have died. You can see Chanter here. A few different classes in action. I already made a video of this type for all the classes regarding main skills, description of the skills, gameplay footage, that you can actually see real gameplay footage of different classes. Check those videos on my YouTube channel. I have video of this type for each class where you can see gameplay and skills. In second part of the video, we are going to focus on skills. Let's go again a little bit. Assassin in action with these funny shrimp kind of skins on daggers. Stealth state again. Here we go. And exiting stealth. Somebody have used some kind of combat ability. Here we go again. Lots of crit, very flashy, bursty skill animations. Don't worry also, runes are here, similar to original AION, to original Assassin from original AION. We have a rune system and ambush skill, of course. What kind of Assassin would be right here in AION 2, this class, if we wouldn't have ambush skill? You will see in a minute description of each skill. I want to show you a little bit how is looking Assassin in action. This was nice pull from the Templar. We can see Ranger flying. You can see here Ranger flying and hitting targets from the air all the time. You can notice that in the background. There is a kisk here. This purple thing is a kisk where you bind, and if you are defeated, you can basically respawn on this kisk position. This is basically similar system or almost the same system like in original AION. We can see a little bit other classes in PvP during this short video preview, but nothing too much. We need to wait for release of the game November 18. Don't worry guys, I got you covered. I'll play the game on servers in Korea and Taiwan, and you will see my analysis, guides, news, reviews. Also for each class, I'm preparing the best builds for each class, how to gear up. Many videos you will see on my YouTube channel. So they have decided to show this type of outfit. You can see this is Assassin, daggers are here. When you are not in combat state, your daggers, your weapons are not visible. and they are moving away. Rest of the live stream here, they have still show a little bit of assassin, but nothing much regarding gameplay. They were mostly showcasing how are looking outfits and how is looking weapon of this class, and that's it, right? They were showcasing movement. You can see mount, actually one of the mobs. I was starting to say over there, I didn't finish. So basically any mob which you can see in the game, even mini bosses, it can become your mount. You need to just defeat enough times that mini boss or mobs in the open world, and then you collect fragments and you can turn that mini boss or mob basically into your mount. But now I want to focus on skills of assassin class. Let's see what is actually assassin about. Where is the real power of assassin class? Okay, so I'm here on AION 2 community Discord, where I have found this very nice post from Fellow Graphics. Big thank you to Fellow Graphics for making these very beautiful, very informative posts here on AION 2 community Discord. You'll find the link in the pinned comments below this video so you can join this fan-based community Discord. But now let's focus on the main skills of assassin class. First skill here is Dark Assault, physical attack debuff kind of skill. Teleports behind the target within 20 meters, dealing moderate damage, and has a 75% chance to spin and stun the target for 3 seconds. This is beautiful. Already for the start, amazing skill. You are teleporting behind the target, okay, within 20 meters, dealing moderate damage, and also you have a 75% chance to spin and stun the target for 3 seconds. Amazing. This in PvP and basically in PvE can be very useful, but specifically for PvP, imagine this, amazing. Enhancement, specialization for this skill, when you upgrade this skill, a longer stun on blinded targets, bonus critical damage for 3 seconds, chance to seal, MP drain, can hit up to 4 targets. This is basically when you upgrade the skills, you're getting specializations on that normal state of the skill. Cooldown, only 20 seconds. I mean, this is amazing. This is just amazing. Take all the information here regarding the skills a little bit with grain of salt. Developers of the game, they can change anything before launch of the game, and also this is a rough translation regarding skills. But what is important, that we are getting general idea about skills of assassin. This skill here at the start, this is just incredible. 20-second only cooldown, and this teleportation behind the target, 75% chance to spin and stun for 3 seconds. This is a win thing, right, for PvP. This is the assassin primary opener, great for initiating from stealth and closing distance from control, definitely. If you use this skill from the stealth, it's even more powerful. You'll see why in a second. Then we have here, of course, ambush, one typical skill, I would say, for assassin class. This is a physical attack kind of skill, high burst at close range, 4 meters, with bonus damage when attacking from behind. Very nice. So this is something standard for assassin. Of course, if you are attacking target from behind, you are getting bonus damage. Enhancement, specialization, back attacks apply mark stacks. Here we go. Runes from original AION regarding original right class assassin. Absorbs HP, speed up the skill, chance to trigger a follow-up spin attack, can be used twice in a row. Cooldown, only 10 seconds. I mean, this is just insane. If really cooldown of this skill is 10 seconds, this is amazing. This is one of the core DPS backstab skill, very strong when used from the rear, especially in combos, definitely. So far, only from 2 skills of assassin, we can already see what will this class be about. Amazing, just amazing. I'm really tempted to play. I mean, I will play every class, of course, in Korean and Taiwanese version of the game, but definitely I want to play a little bit more than usually assassin, because this sounds really incredible regarding skills. Let's go further with next skill here. This is Flashing Slash. Physical attack debuff. Effect dashes to the target within 4 meters. Can be extended to 10 meters. Okay, this dash. Hits up to 4 enemies with a 50% chance to blind for 3 seconds. Again, very nice for PvP. Very beautiful for PvP. And it's also AoE. Hits up to 4 enemies. Enhancement in specialization, longer blind duration, higher AoE damage with more targets, extra charge, chance to cause spin and stun on blinded enemies, cooldown 10 seconds. This is beautiful. When I'm reading like this, skills of assassin, I want to play assassin class. Actually, I want to play Chanter as my main class, but seriously, Yeah, this is tempting, very nice, right, for everybody to play Assassin for sure. A great AoE engage tool, applying blindness to set up more powerful follow-ups. Okay. Next, the skill here is Mark Explosion. This is about runes. Physical attack debuff type of the skill detonates mark stacks, runes, around the target 20 meters, damaging up to 4 enemies in the 4-meter radius. Stun chance and damage scale with mark level, reaching 100% stun at 5 stacks. Guys, this is beautiful. All you need to do is to wait to put 5 stacks on the target. You have 100% stun. Beautiful. What to want more? Cooldown 10 seconds. Look at this cooldown. If this is true, Assassin will be one of the most powerful classes of AION 2. If these cooldowns are correct. We need to check that after we start to play the game. I'll check immediately, of course, skills for each class, including Assassin and including cooldowns, when we start to play the game on November 18. Enhancements. Add spin to the stun, multi-hit chance, keeps 2 mark stacks after detonation, longer stun, shorter cooldown. Beautiful. Even after detonation, you still keep 2 mark stacks. Beautiful. This is a signature finisher rewarding a proper build-up, a mark build-up with high AoE burst and guaranteed crowd control and max stacks. Really beautiful. Amazing. Just amazing skill. Shadow Blade Throw, physical range skill, effect 20 meters range throw, dealing high damage, slows target by 40% for 5 seconds, can break shields. Can break shields, okay. Enhancement, shield break, boost movement speed, reset cooldown, high chance to blind after hit. Cooldown 30 seconds. A powerful ranger, opener, or finisher useful for chasing or disrupting shield users. This is also 20 meters range skill. For one melee class, Assassin actually have, kind of ironically, kind of funny, have lots of range skills. We have seen 2 skills, 20 meters range and 1 10 meters range when upgraded. Then we have here Spiral Slash, physical attack debuff, effect 20 meters gap closer, again 20 meters, hits up to 4 enemies for massive damage, 75% stun chance for 4 seconds. Guys, this is so much stun, so much AoE skills. Not every skill is single target skill. Lots of AoE skills and so much stun. This is really extraordinary for Assassin. Enhancement. Unblockable, okay, reduces target defense, increases stun duration and probability. This is in a basically upgraded version of the skill when you have specialization. Cooldown is longer. Oh, this is longer cooldown, 1 minute and 30 seconds. But then again, it is a very powerful skill, right? You have stun for 4 seconds. If it procs, 75% chance. A bigger cooldown engage, excellent for starting fights or punishing clustered enemies. Then we have here aerial capture. Wait a second. Aerial capture, Ether hold, is it possible? Let's check it out. Physical attack CC skill, effect, a 10 meter single target attack with a 50% chance to airbind for 3 seconds. At 5 mark stacks, it becomes 100%. So basically, at 5 mark stacks, you have 100% airbind the target for 3 seconds. You know what happens usually in PvP when you manage to do that? Well, you have just win in your PvP. Yeah. Enhancement. Trigger follow-up aerial combo skill. Drastically reduces cooldown of will to kill when it lands. Cooldown 3 minutes. Yeah, it's a really long cooldown. No wonder. It's nothing strange because, guys, 3-second air bind. Your enemy is done. Of course, you need to put 5 mark stacks if you want to have that 100% right probability that you get that air bind. If you don't have 5 mark stacks, then it's only 50% chance that you put target in air right for 3 seconds. A high value combo crowd control skill used usually to lock down priority targets after market buildup. Utility and sustaining skills. Okay. Next skill here is Shadow Walk, stealth. I was talking about that skill already like a few minutes ago. Buff and stealth. Effect, grants stealth for 10 seconds to self and nearby allies within 20 meters. Attacking breaks stealth. Enhancement, guaranteed crit on attack out of the stealth. 20% movement speed increase. Usable in combat. Can stealth allies. Cooldown 1 minute and 3 seconds. Actually, pretty short cooldown. Pretty short cooldown. So every 1 minute and 3 seconds you can enter stealth on Assassin for you and your party members within 20 meters. Also, when you upgrade your skill, guaranteed critical hit on attack out of the stealth. Incredible. Just incredible. only 1 minute and 3 second cooldown. Actually, short cooldown for so much powerful skill. Core for positioning, ambushing, or disengaging, also double as group stealth utility. Then we have here a quick slash, physical AoE kind of skill, deals low AoE damage within 4 meters, restores MP, can trigger extra hits, lifesteal, and reduces mark explosion cooldown on hit. Cooldown is hidden, likely short. Used for sustain and filler DPS during downtime. Okay, that's logical. Then we have here Beast Roar, physical attack, mark generation, damage enemies, and adds 1 mark stack. So this is regarding runes. You're adding with this your mark stacks. Enhancement in specialization of this skill. When you upgrade your skill, reduces mana cost, faster cast, more damage on fewer targets, reduces Dark Assault cooldown, can pull targets in. Core for building mark stacks efficiently in group combat. Yeah, with this skill, you're basically building up your mark stacks. Guys, this is absolutely insane. Just by reading these skills of Assassin, you can see that clearly AION 2 will have one very powerful melee class, and that will be Assassin. At least one powerful melee class. We still need to check classes like Templar and Gladiator. Don't worry, I got you covered. I have videos of this type for each class. Check these videos where I'm showcasing you gameplay and everything what you know so far about gameplay and skills of each class. Regarding feedback of the players, sadly we didn't see much feedback from FGT players who have played Assassin for the first time during tests on servers in Korea and Taiwan. Regarding feedback, yeah, I was surprised actually. Basically what they were explaining, FGT players, that Assassin felt really good under the fingers as one melee DPS class, nothing more. Assassin was not played much from FGT players. They have played more other classes. Nevertheless, even without feedback, guys, now you know everything what we know so far about Assassin class of AION 2. Overall conclusion, Assassin of AION 2 will remind a lot on original Assassin from AION 1, from original game, with a little bit of twist on the formula. Lots of AoE skills, stealth ability, mark stacks are here, runes are here, ambush skill is here. So I would say main designations, main unique skills of Assassin are here. And without any doubt, I'm certain this will be one of the very popular classes of AION 2. Assassin of AION 2 so far is looking very good. I will let you know, of course. I'll try to play Assassin after release of the game on servers in Korea and Taiwan, and you will see dedicated videos regarding best builds, best gear, and everything what you need to know about Assassin in the future. For today, this is everything what we know so far about Assassin of AION 2. If you are interested into AION 2, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm preparing lots of guides for new players, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, best builds for each class, how to gear up, dungeons, raids, crafting, news, and updates. Everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer, and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another AION 2 video. Sorcerer is one of the 8 playable classes of AION 2. This is a range DPS class using Spellbook as a main weapon. In today's video, you'll find out everything what we know so far about this class. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of AION 2 videos in the future. Here on my YouTube channel, I'm preparing lots of guides for new players, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, best builds for each class, guilds, dungeons, raids, crafting, news, and updates. Everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find out here on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer, and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. But now let's focus on the main topic of this video, gameplay of Sorcerer class and all the available information until this moment regarding skills and feedback from FGT players who have played Sorcerer class for the first time on servers in Korea and Taiwan during different testing phases. In front of you, you can already see Sorcerer in action. Very flashy, beautiful skill animation, and you can see not that much dynamic combat. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. You can see also here main weapon and the only weapon of Sorcerer class, that is spellbook or book. So differently from original AION, in AION 2, every class can use only one weapon per class. For Sorcerer, that will be spellbook. Regarding Sorcerer, all we have get so far is this short gameplay preview during one of the live streams from NCSoft. So you can see here Sorcerer in action. It's actually looking pretty decent. I would just notice a little bit less dynamic than other classes which we have seen so far in action. I have made a video of this type for also other classes of AION 2. We can check already other classes in action in this type of preview. You can see here classes like different kind of classes like additional here in this party, like Cleric, like Templar, like Ranger, much more dynamic than Sorcerer here specifically. Sorcerer is not moving that much. However, yes, it's definitely moving while using skills. Some skills are, of course, casting skills, so this class cannot move. You can see here lots of crit, beautiful range. Range is pretty decent. Usually, this Sorcerer here during this gameplay is standing about 16 meters from the target, but you will see later in the preview with those skills, there is a range, of course, is a little bit higher than that. I have one part of the video actually dedicated, second part of the video regarding skills of Sorcerer class specifically and first impressions of the players who have actually played Sorcerer class during FGT test. You can see here, yeah, it's looking pretty decent. Nothing surprising regarding Sorcerer here. I would expect something very similar to Sorcerer in original AION. Lots of CC skills, root, sleep, including high damage burst. So regarding Sorcerer, I wouldn't say that NCSoft will disappoint at this time. I'm expecting here to see very extremely high DPS output of this class, something like in original AION, and definitely very useful to play in PvP and PvE. Regarding gameplay of Sorcerer class, we have also get another presentation recently. I can show you here Sorcerer in action also on AION 2 official YouTube channel. They have given us this short preview of Sorcerer skills. Again, Sorcerer looking pretty nice in action. You can see here moving while attacking. We can see that sleep, root. We have seen very nice skill animation and pretty much fast-paced combat. Little bit less dynamic, like I said, definitely than other classes of AION 2, but that is probably consequence of just being a casting class. Some skills are probably casting skills, so you'll need time, right, to stand in one spot while you are casting skill. You have also seen that cursed tree from original AION, and you can see here main weapon of this class is a spellbook or book. Lots of AoE skills, very flashy skill animation. This is without any doubt one of the main designations of this class. And like I said already, CC, crowd control, definitely very useful for PvP, and in some moments, of course, in PvE, that will be very useful things regarding this class. Now I want to show you concretely impressions of the players who have already played Sorcerer in the FGT test during testing phases in on servers in Korea and Taiwan, and some information about skills of Sorcerer class from the players who have played this class for the first time. Okay, so let's check main information about skills of Sorcerer class. First skill here is Flame Fork. Single target fire damage releases 5 fireballs above the user head that fly towards the enemy. Can be cast in place, but can be specialized to be cast while moving. This is good. So in original version of this skill, you can cast it in one place only, you cannot move, but when you are increasing the level of your skill, specialization will give you ability to move while casting the skill. That is very important. Next skill here is Summon Typhoon, a small area circular AoE attack that binds enemies and deals continuous damage. Requires a designated location for release. This is good. So this is a Typhoon type of a skill, AoE skill, binding enemies and deals continuous damage. Sounds pretty good. Frost Impact, an area of effect, again, AoE attack that slows enemies and deals damage. Again, slowing enemies, this is interesting, and dealing damage. AoE skill, again, the second skill. Hellfire, a free state charge skill, so obviously during charging, probably, I mean, you cannot move. That is one of the reasons maybe Sorcerer was looking a little bit less dynamic. Similar to the Great Horse skill of the first generation Bard. We remember that skill. We remember that skill very well. All of us AION veteran players, you remember that horse skill of the Bard class. Don't worry, we are not going to see Bard in AION 2, at least not for now. Actually, developers of the game have already mentioned that new classes in the future in AION 2 will not be Bard, Gunner, Eater, or Painter. They were very specific about that. However, they are here just comparing this skill with the horse skill of the Bard. The longer the charge time, the higher the damage, okay? It takes about 1.5 seconds to fully charge. That's not that long time. That's not that long time, that's actually pretty okay. It is a single target damage skill, the only skill of the witch that requires a casting time. They want to say the only skill of the sorcerer which is requiring a casting time. So this is actually pretty good, because casting, in general, this casting time is not good when you need to stand in one spot. Let's see what is left click about. Basic attack in 3 stages: Fireball, Fire Impact, and Fire Blast. Then we have right click, Frost Chains, Frost Blast. The first hit is area of effect slow and damage. The second is a hit and area of effect damage. Okay, Q skill is freeze, single target freeze plus damage, completely immobilizes the target. It has a chance to freeze. It's not 100% guaranteed. So this is about CC. Like I said, Sorcerer will be about CC, crowd control, definitely not only single target, also AoE. However, what is interesting, this freeze is not 100% guaranteed. So there is a chance regarding freeze that you are going to miss, that will not work. That's very interesting. Then we have here Q2, Freeze Blast. This is an explosion that can follow up when the Q skill successfully freezes the enemy, somewhat similar to the creating artwork and destroying artwork skills in the first game, Painted Star. Painted Star, are they comparing this with the Painter? Probably. Q3, after the impact is dispelled, the character transformation into a tree and deals damage. Transforms into a tree. We have seen that, something very similar. This is rough translation from Chinese language to English language, so don't mind that. We know that transformation into a tree from Sorcerer skill of original AION. Then we have here E skill, Spark Blast. When using the fire attack, there is a chance to apply a spark mark to enemies, okay? Once a mark is applied, the E skill will explode, somewhat like patterned explosion of Assassin. So this will be something like runes of Assassin. If you're an AION veteran player, then you know what I mean. Basically, you can stack up different kind of runes, you can stack up marks, and then you can detonate at certain level those stacks, right? And make damage, of course. The Spark Mark has burning damage, seemingly the only dot skill for the Sorcerer. Dot means damage over time, to clarify that. E2, Magic Power Boost, increases attack power and accuracy, 1 minute cooldown, lasts 15 seconds. Know that accuracy is degeneration, does not affect control skills, okay? So this is interesting. Accuracy in this generation, they mean to say in AION 2, does not affect control skills. So this is basically a Magic Power Boost, 1 minute cooldown, lasts for 15 seconds. E3 is dissolved, activated when boss is stunned. Then we have here some branding skills. Branding skills are special skills only unique for that class. Number 1, Holy Explosion, single target fire damage, okay. Lumiere ability, area immunity, granting the entire team immunity for 2 seconds. Ooh, this is not bad. Entire team immunity for 2 seconds, short time. Okay. Glacial Strike, Glacial Shard. Is this Glacial Shard? Area of effect freeze, high damage, instant cast. Sounds good. Lumiere Space, aerial constraint centered on its own. Number 5, Curse Tree, okay, something similar, I guess, from the Sorcerer of original AION. Single target, instant tree transformation. Only this tree transformation has a sleep effect, not the polymorph sleep effect from the first game, okay. Iron Man's Blessing, similar to Iron Man from the first game. Is this some kind of iron skin? Possible, like some kind of shield, maybe. it's very hard to say from this translation, but probably yes. Elemental amplification increases elemental damage. That's 7. 8. Ice armor. Similar to the first game, it has damage reflection. So is this wintry? Is this reflect from original AION? Also possible. If this is reflect, then absolutely Sorcerer will be very interesting to play in AION 2, because this reflecting, I remember in original game AION, I was playing mostly Gladiator as main class, and I have died so many times because of wintry. I didn't notice reflect. So I was hitting the Sorcerer with extreme damage, however, reflect was up. And yeah, then what happens, basically damage returns to you and you are done. Skill number 9 has an instant cast single target silence. Oh, this is powerful. This is important. This is powerful for PvP. I don't know what is the cooldown on this skill. We still didn't get that information. Don't worry, I got you covered. I will check as soon as I get on November 18 on servers in Korea and Taiwan. I will play this game a lot. I'll check skills for each class, including for Sorcerer, and I will bring you here on my YouTube channel dedicated videos regarding Sorcerer and all other classes, concretely from the game, real in-game footage and presentation for each skill. Then you will see what is cooldown of this skill and what are actually attributes. However, this here, silence, instant cast, that's amazing. If these have short cooldown, this could be something extremely powerful for Sorcerer in PvP. Skill number 10 has an ice breaking skill that deals continuous ice damage within a certain area. The user cannot move during the skill duration. It has a large range and high damage. Skill number 11, assault skill, area freeze and damage. So guys, this was lots of CC skills, lots of freeze, we have seen sleep, and also lots of damage. If this is additionally reflect, this will be insane. Reflect together with this single target silence, wow, that's just impressive. A Sorcerer will be impressive class, without any doubt in AION 2. It will not be only about CC, it will be about high damage, silence, very strong in PvP, like it was also in original AION. Let's check some other information here. Monsters deal increased damage when slowed down. Bosses are immune to slowing down, which is kind of normal, but can be slowed down. The increased damage from slowing down will take effect, but movement speed will not actually be reduced. I see, okay? Without the time corridor, all the robe skills from the first game have become passive, such as fire robe, wind robe. We remember that from original game. Many buff skills from the first game have also become passive, and that skill that cancels the buff is skill that tree transformation, similar for the first game. The skills of the demon path, that is actually Sorcerer translated here, don't worry about this, do not have a casting bar, but they do have a pre and post cast animation. Ooh, wait, so there is a pre and post cast animation. The pre and post cast animations can be cancelled, this is important, by using a skill cancel or by rolling. Okay. The combo should start with Q to freeze the target, right click to slow the target, passive skill increase damage when slowed, E to activate the mana multiplier, skill 1 flame fork, Q explosion, brand to 3 reduces the resistance. After the target falls asleep, cast skill 4 Hellfire, the only channeled skill, brand Holy Explosion, very high fire damage, brand Glacial Shard, very high water damage. So guys, regarding this, I mean, we are going to discover what will be the best combo about Sorcerer in the game. This is just a recommendation of the players who have already played Sorcerer for the first time, but this doesn't need to mean this will be meta build. We are going to discover that in the future. Holy Explosion, Ironclad Blessing, 8 Cursed Ancient Tree, showing here on the skill bar. Okay, the boss has slowing buff, showing here regarding debuffs, basically, right, for the boss. Image source, Taiwan official second live stream. Here we can see 10th branding skill, I forgot the name. This is some kind of freeze effect skill, AoE. And on the end, we have here second live broadcast by South Korean official website. This is, let's check, magic multiplayer elemental amplification. Holy Explosion, Iron Armor. This is looking like some kind of shield, Iron Armor. And on the end, we have here Curse 3. famous curse tree from original AION, which will be a little bit different in AION 2. What is this here? This is that silent effect. Check this out. The person above have been silenced by special effect. So this is the sign about regarding the silence. Silence definitely will be very useful in PvP. So guys, regarding skills of the Sorcerer, I wouldn't say this is anything surprising really. It reminds a lot on Sorcerer from original AION without any doubt. Sorcerer will be one of the most powerful classes of AION 2. Lots of CC, lots of crowd control abilities, but not only that. Lots of damage, also silence, and probably reflect. That is just insane. That is just insane. If that will be included, like I said, from this description of these skills, looks like yes, Sorcerer will be extremely powerful class to play in PvP and in PvE. So for today, guys, that was it regarding gameplay and everything what we know about skills of Sorcerer class. Don't worry, I got you covered in the future. Very soon, after release of the game on servers in Korea and Taiwan, I'll try to play Sorcerer. I'll make dedicated videos regarding best builds, best gear, and everything what you need to know about Sorcerer class. I'll try to play all the classes. That is my main mission, my main thing, my main goal to do on servers in Korea and Taiwan before global launch of the game. I'll try to play all the classes. I'll check all the skills. I'll make guides regarding different kind of in-game systems also, not only regarding classes, but I'll focus, of course, on skills and best builds for each class. For today, you know everything what we know so far about Sorcerer of AION 2. Check out this beautiful gameplay, right? Just amazing how is looking Sorcerer, and lots of movement, actually lots of movement for a casting class. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer, and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another video. Ranger is one of the 8 playable classes of AION 2. This is a range DPS class which is using a longbow as a main weapon. In today's video, you'll find out everything what we know so far about this class. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of AION 2 videos in the future. I'm preparing lots of guides for new players, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, best builds for each class, also guides regarding guild system, crafting, dungeons, raids, everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer, and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. But now let's focus on the main topic of this video. Check out this beauty in front of you. Ranger in action. Here you can see presentation of gameplay for Ranger class, which we have get from developers of this game, NCSoft, during second live stream. And actually, we have get already lots of gameplay footage regarding Ranger. Here you can see Ranger in Fire Temple dungeon. One of the legendary dungeons in original AION is also present here in AION 2. However, absolutely in different kind of form. You can see here 4-player party. Yes, 4-player party, not 6 players party. That is maximum size of the party in AION 2, and you can see Ranger in action. What we can see from gameplay of the Ranger, I already mentioned, main and the only weapon of this class is a longbow. In AION 2 specifically, differently from original AION, each class can use only one weapon. For Ranger, it's a longbow. No surprise here. Like I already said, this is a DPS class, a range DPS class, very mobile, fast-paced, fluid. You'll notice here also blink ability, dashing, using a lot. And what I like about this class, specifically regarding Ranger, all the time during combat, moving. How can you recognize low-quality MMORPG? It's very simple. When you are attacking a target during the combat, you cannot move. If you see that kind of MMORPG, then you know it's a bad MMORPG. However, this is not the case with AION 2. You can move while you attack with each class, any gameplay of any class in AION 2. And for Ranger specifically, you are moving all the time. Very dynamic, fast-paced, and fluid class. I like this fluidity, this movement about Ranger. You can see here, very beautiful skill animations also. Very nice gameplay. This was actually gameplay from NC Taiwan live stream. Oh, look at this. How much back crit. Yes, back crit will be the thing in AION 2. And you can see very nice avoiding of damage. In front of you, you can see gameplay from gentleman here from NC Taiwan community team. And he's playing directly during live stream. And this gameplay was actually really nice showcase of gameplay of this class. Later, I will show you skills of the Ranger. Yes, you already have information regarding skills of the Ranger. That is very interesting. And I will give you feedback what players who have already played Ranger during FGT test on servers in Taiwan and in Korea feel about Ranger. Because there are already people who have played Ranger class during 2 testing phases in Korea, 1 testing phase, another in Taiwan. You will see their feedback, their opinion about Ranger. But before that, I will show you skills, what actually directly means every skill of the Ranger. Let's check now still a little bit of gameplay. Presentation, they're moving here to the boss room. This was actually happening during second live stream from NCSoft. Look at this again. This was so good. Very high burst, lots of crit. Incredible, just incredible looking. I have to say, this would be one of my favorite classes currently in AION 2. My favorite classes so far are Ranger, Cleric, and Chanter. However, each class has something unique to offer in AION 2, depending on your gameplay style. Do you play more PvP or PvE? Do you play more tanky classes or DPS classes or maybe healing classes? All depends what is your gameplay style. Do you play more PvP or PvE? And of course, do you play more in a party? All depends on your gameplay style. However, you can see here really beautiful presentation of a Ranger gameplay. Here they're going to sit down a little bit, I think, before entering final boss room, where Chromidi is waiting for them. New updated version, of course, of Fire Temple. You will see final boss looking really good. Regarding UI, don't worry about this too much because this was a long time ago. This footage we have get a long time ago. They have already improved UI. UI is now looking much better. This is looking, this is not looking too great. This was second live stream from NCSoft. This was like 3 months ago. In the last few live streams, we have seen brand new UI. It's not completely different, but it's definitely much better looking. So these colors here for skills and everything is now much greatly improved. You can see here Cleric and Sorcerer. That was Sorcerer a little bit dancing. Now we have Cleric dancing. I have already videos of this type prepared for other classes. Everything what we know so far regarding each class. And of course, after release of the game on servers in Korea and Taiwan, I will play the game actively and you will see guides for each class. Best gear and best builds, because I want to play on servers in Korea and Taiwan. I want to play each class. I'll play lots of PvP and PvE. You'll see videos on my YouTube channel, specifically guides for each class. Okay, are they going to enter now? I hope they're going to enter. This is gameplay footage what we have get so far. There were in other several few occasions we have seen also a Ranger in action, but this Fire Temple dungeon was actually really nice presentation of gameplay of Ranger. They will defeat the boss very fast. You will see, here we go, a little bit of a trailer before entering boss room. Chromidi is coming, and here is Chromidi looking absolutely incredible. Check this out. And here we go. Let's see a Ranger in action on final boss of Fire Temple dungeon. All the time moving, absolutely amazing. I really like this dynamic style of the combat. I don't like when character is standing in one slot and that's it, right? You cannot move too much. Luckily in AION, like I said, we don't have problem with that. Combat in AION is looking very good. You can move with your character all the time when you attack. Like I said already during this video, this is very easy way how can you recognize bad game, bad combat. You cannot move while you attack. We have seen that in many games, sadly, in many new games in the last few years, that you are stuck, that you are like stuck in the ground. You cannot move while with your character while you attack. That's a sign it's a bad game. It's a bad combat and bad game. Here in this case, yeah, we have amazing dynamic combat of the Ranger. And range, look at the range, 30 meters. That was 32 meters hit from the Ranger here. That's a very nice distance, very nice distance. You can see here, again, that blink and dash. Here we go. Okay, it took some damage here. They're not taking too much damage in general because, here we go, stun. They're not taking too much damage because they are geared. They are geared for sure, of course, for this presentation. But beautiful burst, beautiful skill animations. Again, lots of back crit. Look how much crit, back crit is this. And what kind of burst of damage this is. It feels really good. Ranger, I think it will be one of the best classes without any doubt. What I have seen so far, at least, we still didn't play, but I will play it very soon, November 18. Stay tuned here on my YouTube channel. There will be lots of videos. For every class of AION 2, I'll make guides regarding builds, gearing up, and you will see everything what you need to know also regarding other systems of the game, regarding crafting, housing. I'm preparing videos regarding each. A Ranger have died here. It's happening. It's okay. It doesn't matter. Here we go, rest. And we go back. Boss is already getting close to 25%. Boss is going down. Again, moving all the time, moving. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. Every class of AION 2 have some kind of dash or blink for avoiding damage. Depending on the class, of course, it's a different type of the blink or dash, but it's definitely there. Here we go. You can see lock on target, obviously here. In many cases, Ranger is looking in another direction, but still hitting the target. That means that this game is not having pure action combat. Combat of this game is something in between. This is hybrid of action combat and tab target combat. You can see here, look, Ranger looking in totally different direction, but still in some moments, right, you can see, and still hitting the target all the time. Lock on target, so arrows are moving in that direction. That means this is definitely not pure action combat. However, you can see also some resemblance to action combat, specifically also for other classes. Directional hits, right, dash, blink. You can see avoiding of the damage. It's specific for action combat. So it's a hybrid. It's a modern combat, like one really modern MMORPG should have. And here we go. This is the end. They have finished here Chrome MIDI. So this was a presentation of a gameplay of Ranger class, something what we would expect from Ranger class. Range DPS class, very dynamic, fast-paced, fluid combat, bursty skill animations, and looking really good in motion. Now I want to show you skills of the Ranger class. I'm here on AION 2 community Discord. You'll find the link in the pinned comments below this video, where I can find this very nice post from Fellow Graphics. Thank you, Fellow, again on this very beautiful post regarding skills of Ranger class. Let's check what we have here. First skill here, Griffin Arrow. Type physical attack. Effect deals 1,300 damage up to 3 enemies along the Griffin flight path. Armor break 50, cost 200 MP, cast instant, cooldown 1 minute. Okay, that's a longer cooldown. That's actually pretty long. Range 20 meters. Even that we have seen regarding range, many skills were like 30 and even more meters from Ranger. Arrow Rain, another skill. Physical attack debuff. AoE around target within 20 meters, hitting up to 6 enemies. Ooh, this is good. Within 4 meters for almost 2k damage, stunning them for 2 seconds. This is amazing. This is not only single target skill. It's 6 enemies within 4 meters for 2000 damage and stun. Cooldown is long. Cooldown is very long. Cost is 300 MP. Range is pretty decent. Target and nearby enemies. So what I like about this skill, stun. Every 2 minutes, stun. Silence Arrow, let's check what we have here. Name of this skill already is saying a lot. Physical attack debuff. Also, before I continue, I need to mention that take everything what you can see here today with grain of salt. Developers of the game, they can change in a meanwhile, before Korean release and also later for global release of the game, they can change all of these skills. Once I get into the game, actually playing the game, that will be very soon, November 18, you will see for each class, each skill specifically, I will make video, real skills in the game. For today, this is all we have so far. So, Silence Arrow, physical attack debuff, 1,800 damage, and silences the target for 5 seconds. Guys, silencing for 5 seconds, that's insane. In PvP, this is victory for the Ranger. Cooldown, 1 minute and 24 seconds. That's actually not that long, because silence lasts for 5 seconds. If you can hit the target during that time, that's it. You have just win, right? Single target, of course. This will be too much to have 5-second silence AoE. No way. Of course, it's a single target. Beagle Power. This is a physical damage type of the skill. Buff. Increases damage by 200 for self and allies within 40 meters for 14 seconds. So this is basically buff. Cooldown 2 minutes, self and up to 4 nearby allies. So this is buff for the party. Stealth, of course, what kind of ranger this would be when we wouldn't have stealth in AION 2 for the ranger. This is entering stealth for 30 seconds. Cannot use during combat, entering combat, cancel it. Okay, so 30 seconds stealth. Cooldown, 1 minute and 27 seconds. You know what? It's not even that long. I was expecting a little bit longer cooldown because it's a 30-second stealth. Of course, it's cancelled after you enter combat state, but still, come on, 30 seconds. By the way, just to mention, I already done video regarding Assassin, this type of the video with everything what we know so far. Assassin also have stealth, but Assassin stealth lasts only 10 seconds, but it's for the whole party. So Assassin, 10-second stealth for full party, you and your party. However, Ranger, only for yourself, but it's 30 seconds. So I guess you can't have everything, right? Let's go further with Piercing Arrow. Let's check what we have here. This is physical attack debuff. On critical hit, deals 672 damage in a 4-meter AoE around the target and restores 100 MP. Causes bleeding for 6 seconds, 56 damage per second. Okay. In specialization, when you upgrade each skill, you're getting specific additional attributes to each skill. They are called specializations. Heals for 20% of damage dealt. Oh, this is nice. Self-heal for 20% of damage dealt. Not bad. In specialization, not normal skill. Bleed last plus 2 seconds. Can move while casting. Cannot be blocked. Crit resets cooldown. Cast instant. Cooldown. Wait, cooldown 5 seconds? Oh, this is really, really low cooldown, if this is accurate. Probably it is accurate, but this is very low cooldown. Range 20 meters, target and nearby free enemies. Guys, this is amazing. Again, AoE skill causes bleeding and self-heal for 20% of damage dealt when you upgrade that skill, obviously. Damage values differ between Taiwanese and Korean livestream due to the different enhancement levels. Final numbers will be based on release version, of course. So this information, what we have so far, guys, like I said, don't take everything here for granted. Changes are possible, right? And some maybe numbers are not accurate, but we are getting general idea about each class from these right videos and these information. Marking Arrow, here we go. Physical attack debuff. AoE around target within 20 meters, up to 3 enemies take 730 damage. Target enter marked state for 5 seconds, lowering crit resistance by 200. Super armor break 10, additionally moves 5 meters forward in input direction. In specialization, reduces target defense by 10%, 50% chance to knock back 2 meters. That's nice. Oh, this is so good. 50% chance to knock back 2 meters. That's great. Duration plus 2 seconds, plus 1 charge, reduces target MP by up to 300, cost 50, cast instant, that is important, cooldown 10 seconds per charge, up to 2 charges, range 20 meters, single enemy. This is good. Let's go forward with a rapid shot. Effect quickly attacks a designated target at nearby enemies. Details not fully shown in early stream. And on the end we have here Lasso Arrow. Effect hits target and reduces their movement speed. Details also limited. So guys, this is everything what we know so far about skills of the Ranger class. And what we can see so far, I think it's looking very powerful. You have very nice AoE skills, lots of AoE skills. You have a stun. This is really cool skill. And this silence arrow skill, which can silence the target for 5 seconds every 1 minute and 24 seconds. That's just insane. That's just insane. So stealth is also here for this class. So I would say something very similar to original Ranger from original AION. However, with much more AoE skills. Right, so this sounds pretty good for Ranger to me. Now we need to check what was the feedback from the players who have actually played Ranger class during first tests on server in Korea and on servers right in Taiwan. Okay, let's check what we have here. Title of this article is Bow Star. That is actually Ranger. Let's check feedback from the players. None of the friends who participated in the sharing played Bow Star. That's not good. I mean, in the test. And no one played Kill Star. So nobody had played a Ranger and nobody had played Assassin. That's kind of strange, but okay. But some of them were hit by Bow Star in PvP. Okay. So they had played against a Ranger in PvP. In summary, Bow Star damage is quite high. This is good. You can kite in PvP, which requires a lot of operation and the probability of control skills. Control skills such as stun have probability. If you are hit, just shoot. If you are not, run away quickly. Here we have a picture of the ranger with a longbow weapon. And that was it. We didn't get too much feedback. I was expecting much more feedback regarding ranger, honestly. But obviously, Korean players during FGT tests and also in Taiwan, they didn't play much a killer star, assassin, and ranger. However, already this sounds pretty good. High damage. I think we can conclude that also from that gameplay footage. You have seen gameplay footage a few minutes ago, and also skills, damage will be high. And also here, you can kite in PvP, okay? It requires lots of operation, lots of movement. Okay, that's fine. So feedback regarding gameplay of Ranger class from the players who have already played this class is actually pretty much positive. And we have seen from this gameplay showcase preview, which you have seen on beginning of this video, yeah, definitely high damage, very nice range, much more than 20 meters for sure. Some skills we have seen 30 meters, and fluid, fast-paced combat, very dynamic. This is the things, right? These are the things which I like about a Ranger. This is, guys, everything what we have so far about a Ranger class. You can see on many ways this class is reminding us on Ranger from original AION, from original game. But then again, it has a little bit of twist. It's a modernized version of the Ranger with lots of AoE skills. And I have no doubt, additionally with that stealth ability, 30-second stealth, silence arrow, and then we have a stun ability. We have very nice AoE skills. This will be one of the most powerful classes of AION 2. For today, you know everything what we know so far at this point in time before launch of the game regarding Ranger of AION 2. Don't worry, I got you covered. As soon as I start to play the game over there on servers in Korea and Taiwan, I'll make videos of this type for each class, but this time I'm going to play the game. You will see dedicated videos, guides regarding every in-game system, including regarding best gear and best builds for each class. And of course, for Ranger, you will see my impressions and my full review for each class. For today, you are fully updated regarding Ranger of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another AION 2 video. Cleric is one of the 8 playable classes of AION 2. This is a healing type of the class using mace and shield as a main weapon. In today's video, you'll find out everything what we know so far about this class. Before we start, let me just say, subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of AION 2 videos in the future. Here on my YouTube channel, I'm preparing lots of guides for new players, PvP-wise and PvE-wise, best builds for each class, how to gear up, guilds, dungeons, raids, crafting, news and updates. Everything what you need to know from World of AION 2, you'll find it here on my YouTube channel. Also, follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. But now, let's focus on the main topic of this video, Cleric of AION 2. Look at this beauty in front of you. Guys, this is here, Cleric in action. Let's analyze this beautiful display of gameplay of Cleric in front of us. Don't mind user interface, because regarding user interface, developers of the game, they have already improved UI a lot. This footage here is from one of the live streams from NCSoft, and since then, developers of the game, they have already improved UI. We need to focus on the gameplay of the Cleric. You can see here Cleric playing in a party as a healer. This is a 4-player party. Yes, in AION 2, we don't have 6-player party maximum size like in original AION. Here we have only 4 players in a party at maximum size. They are here in Fire Temple Dungeon. In original AION, this was also a very famous dungeon. Here we have updated modern version of Fire Temple Dungeon, and you will see basically Cleric in action. This is a short preview regarding Cleric. However, it will be enough that we can see very nice, fast-paced, dynamic combat. Mostly Cleric was DPSing here. They didn't, actually Cleric here didn't even too much heal. There is explanation why, because You can see here all of these characters during this presentation, they are probably at max gear. They didn't even take much damage. They didn't need healing. So Cleric here was focusing mostly on DPS. Also, by the way, they're going to check skills of the Cleric just in a minute. There is a feedback from the players who have already played Cleric for the first time during FGT tests on servers in Korea and Taiwan. So we are going to talk about skills of the Cleric in a second. That we are going to do in second part of the video. Now let's check how is Cleric doing in combat. You will see in a minute, it's actually looking pretty good. Okay, so this is now part of the video where we are going to see Cleric in action. They're advancing now to the final boss. This is Cleric here, this small character here, using mace and shield as a main weapon and only weapon. In AION 2, we have only one weapon per class. That is decision from developers of the game, differently from original AION, at least for now. Look at this. Now we can see presentation. How is looking Cleric in action? What I like about Cleric? Moving all the time. Moving and DPS all the time. You can see this is a damage servant. There is a healing servant and damage servant like in original AION. This orange circulating thing, yellow circulating thing, this is basically making damage additionally, not healing. And you can see all the time moving, all the time moving. Very flashy skills, very beautiful skill animation. But what I like I said, very dynamic combat of the Cleric. Basically, this Cleric here was not even healing too much. You can see here in the left upper corner, characters here, rest of the party members, they didn't lose too much HP. So Cleric was DPSing, which is totally normal. And this DPS is looking pretty good. And moving all the time. Again, all the time moving. Not like in some MMORPG, sadly, you cannot move with your character while you attack. That's very bad. Here you can see you can move with your character. So regarding Cleric, we didn't get too much footage. We can also get another footage, which I will show you now in a second. This presentation of gameplay of Cleric, which you can see right now in action in front of you, we can get just recently. This is the only real gameplay footage of the Cleric, additionally to previous one, which we have seen so far. Check this out. Just magnificent. You can see here beautiful weapons, mace and shield, beautiful character design, but also very nice skill animations and beautiful display of gameplay of Cleric. You will notice here lots of AoE skills, lots of bursting. You have impression this is one really powerful class, not only regarding healing, but regarding DPS. So regarding Cleric, we actually didn't get too much of gameplay display. What we have get, everything what we have get so far, you have seen in the last few minutes. That first footage, look at this. Look at this character, this shield and mace and stance. Really incredible, right? So regarding Cleric, we didn't get too much footage so far. That previous footage was from one of the developer live streams. This was on official YouTube channel of AION 2, short clip, right? Just showing gameplay of the Cleric. However, regarding skills of the Cleric, we have get some feedback from the players who have played Cleric during FGT tests on servers in Korea and Taiwan. So let's check feedback of the players who have actually played this class. Let's check what do they feel, how they feel, what do they think about this class. As you can see here in front of me, I already have the post regarding impressions of the players who have already played Cleric for the first time. So let's check their impression. You can't switch teammates using hotkeys. This is kind of concerning. So you cannot switch between targets for healing, okay? It still has the attack and healing auras from the first game, but the healing aura has a very small range, and healing skills have long cooldowns and slow cast times. This is a little bit worrying regarding healing skills having long cooldown. Also, they are going to focus much more on AoE heal than on single target heal. The status removal and instant heal are combined. This is good. Status removal, are they thinking about Dispel? Probably yes. Of course, Cleric will have Dispel in AION 2. Very important skill also in original AION. Providing an instant heal and status removal for all teammates. This is very cool. So, Dispel for the party. So, heal and Dispel for the party in one skill. Sounds very good. Sounds very good. However, the cooldown is very long, so you will need to time this very good, yeah, and cannot be used frequently, obviously. So you will need to use this skill very smart, on very smart way, especially in PvP. Eustia Radiance, after being upgraded to specialized skill, offers an option to reduce the cast time. This is good. The healer's support and damage output abilities have been improved, but their healing ability is weaker. Guys, I've already seen this feedback from many players who have played already Cleric during different kind of testing phases for AION 2. Everybody's saying the same thing. Healing is weak. Healing is weak, DPS is higher, which is not a surprise on one way, because I have seen that in many other MMORPGs. Now we can see that in AION 2. Even that we are going to have Holy Trinity system in this game, we are going to have DPS, tank, and a healer. You have feeling they are moving much more, developers of this game, NCSoft, they are moving much more in hybrid direction for each class. So not only that Cleric can heal, it will be also able to make damage, because there will be lots of content to play in AION 2 which you can do solo, to clean some solo dungeons, for example. You need to have some DPS and also some AoE skills. Same for the Chanter. You can check already, I'm preparing video of this type for every class in details regarding skills and gameplay. Check my video about Chanter. Chanter is having increased DPS comparing to Chanter of original AION. Also some healing abilities, but highly increased DPS. Every class basically is playable solo. Any class in AION 2 you can play solo. Not every class can heal, obviously, but if the class cannot heal, there will be some maybe life leeching, HP leeching ability, higher defense that you can play each class solo. And some DPS, AoE DPS. Teams cannot rely on the healer. Oh, this is interesting sentence, part of the sentence. Teams, parties, cannot rely on the healer. Really? Players must dodge skills themselves. The first generation healing and damage output was difficult, but the second generation damage output feels much easier, and you won't encounter situations where you can't damage monsters while leveling up. So what are they saying here? First generation, they mean original AION, okay? Second generation, they mean AION 2. They are saying actually in AION 2, damage output of the Cleric is much higher. So you won't encounter situations where you can't damage monsters while leveling up. I like that. I really like that, because Cleric was really amazing class in original AION. But also now in AION 2, we can see it will also be amazing class to play. You can play it solo. You can play solo. You don't need to team up with somebody who have a higher DPS. You are going to have enough DPS if you play Cleric. And also, you'll be able to heal. However, your heal will be a little bit lower. So players themselves in the party, they need to parry, they need to dodge, they need to blink, they need to block. It's not enough that you heal, which is good. That is making combat even more dynamic. It's not everything up to Cleric. You need to take care of yourself. You need to do things like parrying, blocking, dodging, blinking, whatever, to survive. Not only saying, heal me please, rest me please, heal me please. You know what I mean if you have played original AION. This is very good. You can see here, this is Divine Aura, image source for live broadcast by South Korean official website. This is one of the servants, and this picture here is showcasing what? This is healing plus status removal skills. Okay, so this is that skill which is giving healing to the party and dispel. Image source for live stream from South Korean official website. This is looking very good. So, guys, regarding skill description and feedback from the players, this is everything what we have so far about Cleric. And I have to tell you guys, it's looking good. It's looking actually really good. I don't mind Cleric having higher DPS, a little bit weaker healing, because it's still a healing class. If you want to play a healer in AION 2, you're going to play Cleric, maybe Chanter. That is also another option. Chanter is more support of kind of the class with mantras, same like in original AION, but also Chanter have some healing abilities. However, Cleric will be a real healer of this game with much more healing abilities, but this time with higher DPS. You can see here again a little bit of display of gameplay of the Cleric, and definitely I'm going to try to play Cleric on servers in Korea and Taiwan. I'm going to play every class, and you will see detailed guides regarding how to gear up for each class specifically, and also best builds for each class. You will see those videos very soon on my YouTube channel after November 18, when I'm going to play the game on servers in Korea, in Taiwan. For today, guys, just to let you know, this is everything what you know so far about the Cleric of AION 2. and information are actually promising. Cleric is looking very good. If you are interested into AION 2, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm preparing lots of videos, news, updates, guides for new players, and also follow me on Twitch. I'm live streaming every single day, mandatory, no skipping. Visit me on Twitch every day about 7 p.m. Central European Time. If you have any kind of questions regarding the game, I'll be glad to answer, and also to keep you updated regarding everything what is happening in World of AION 2. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another AION 2 video.